In a vibrant, dewy garden at the break of dawn, sunlight sparkled upon leaves and flowers, casting a glow upon the world of busy little critters. Amidst this lively gathering was a group surrounding an apple that hung juicy and ripe from the branch of a particularly towering tree. Its shiny red surface glistened under the morning light, tempting all who passed by. Ant, sleek and nimble, was known for his remarkable speed. Today, he was full of chatter, boasting about how quickly he could reach the apple if he only wished. "Why," he declared, his tiny chest puffed with pride, "I'd be there and back before you could say lemonade." Nearby, Snail listened quietly, his shell glistening with dew. He moved slowly, but his eyes twinkled with wisdom and experience. "What if," proposed Snail in his slow, measured voice, "we race to the apple, Ant?" A soft murmur rippled through the gathering as all the creatures turned their attention to the unlikely challenger. "A race?" chirped Cricket, his wings vibrating with excitement. "How thrilling!" Ant laughed, a squeaky sound that danced on the breeze. "You, Snail, but you're so slow," he exclaimed, his antennae quivering in amusement. "Indeed," replied Snail calmly, "but I believe in slow and steady steps." The garden creatures buzzed with excitement, their curiosity piqued by this unexpected twist. Ant, eager for the chance to prove himself, nodded briskly. "Then it's settled. A race it shall be," he said, his voice brimming with confidence. As the morning sun climbed higher, casting playful patterns across the garden floor, the critters prepared for the spectacle. The shimmering wings of butterfly fluttered in anticipation, while ladybug polished her bright spots to see better. The air was thick with anticipation as the contenders lined up. Ant, with a look of determination, wiggled his 6 legs in preparation. Snail, meanwhile, adjusted his shell and took a deep breath, ready to begin the journey. With a rustle of leaves and the soft flutter of butterfly wings, the race commenced. Ant zoomed forward with a burst of energy, leaving a trail of dust behind him. "I'll see you at the apple, maybe?" he called over his shoulder, his voice a mere whisper in the wind. Snail, however, began his slow, deliberate crawl. He moved with steady grace, his eyes focused on the path ahead. As he took his first steps, the garden creatures cheered. "Go, Snail, go!" they shouted, their voices carrying bright encouragement. Ant raced along, but as he zipped by glistening puddles and colorful blossoms, his pace wavered. He paused to admire his reflection in a golden pool. "Oh, how shiny!" he marveled, momentarily forgetting about the race. Yet even as Ant was distracted, Snail pressed on, inch by inch, his resolve unwavering. He paid no heed to the distractions around him, his mind fixed on the apple. The garden, vibrant with life, provided its own set of challenges. There was muddy hill, steep and slippery, which Snail tackled with determination and care. "Watch out, Snail!" warned Beetle, his voice filled with concern. But Snail only nodded and kept to his path, each step a testament to his patience. As the garden echoed with the sounds of life, the story of the race unfolded inch by inch, step by step. And with every careful move Snail made, a sense of expectation hung in the air, for the conclusion was yet to be painted upon the canvas of time. Ant, having explored the captivating wonders along the path, realized how far behind he'd left Snail. With renewed urgency, he dashed back onto the course, determined to reclaim his lead. The garden seemed to cheer him on, every leaf rustling in anticipation of his swift comeback. But as Ant surged forward, he veered into a patch of fragrant flower beds. Each bloom was a humming invitation to pause, to savor the moment. Just a little detour, Ant assured himself, his attention momentarily stolen by a particularly bright blossom. Meanwhile, Snail continued his steady progress. His focus never wavered, his eyes set firmly on the apple perched high above. As other creatures buzzed and fluttered about, Snail moved with rhythm and purpose, unshaken by the allure of distractions. Ant, draped in the sweet scent of flowers, refocused and sprinted ahead. However, just as the towering apple tree came into sight, Ant skittered onto a patch of sticky honey left behind by wandering bees. "Oh, no!" he exclaimed, his tiny legs tangled in the golden goo, halting his progress temporarily. Snail, moving at his steadfast pace, trudged calmly past, offering a gentle nod of acknowledgment to the stranded ant. "You'll get there, Ant," Snail encouraged, his voice soft and steady. The garden was alive with eager anticipation, insects and critters rushing to get a better view of the unfolding race. "Who will reach the apple first?" wondered Butterfly, zigzagging through the crowd. As shadows lengthened and the sun began its descent, Snail reached the base of the majestic apple tree. The garden buzzed with an electric energy, every creature leaning forward with bated breath. Snail began his slow climb, inching his way up with deliberate care. Ant, finally freed from the sticky honey, hurried toward the tree. But as he arrived breathless, he could only watch in awe as Snail persevered, ascending steadily toward the prize. With determination etched into every movement, Snail climbed higher, his eyes never leaving the sparkle of the apple above. The stage was set for the unexpected conclusion, the garden wrapped in hushed anticipation, every creature holding its breath as the last moments of the race unfolded. The golden hues of the setting sun bathed the garden, casting long shadows and a warm glow upon the eager onlookers. The excitement was tangible, a soft murmur rippling through the crowd as Snail continued his upward crawl. With each inch he conquered, the distance to the apple seemed to shrink, bringing him closer to victory. Ant, recovering his breath, couldn't help but watch, a mix of admiration and disbelief in his small eyes. "I didn't think it was possible," Ant murmured, wiping the last bits of sticky honey from his legs. Snail reached out, feeling the cool, smooth surface of the apple with the tip of his antennae. The garden erupted in applause, an animated flurry of wings and joyful chirps celebrating the culmination of the race. From the tiniest ant to the grandest butterfly, the praise was unanimous, echoing through the vibrant expanse of greenery. With a gentle sigh, Snail looked down at the cheering creatures below. "Thank you all," he said, his voice a soft, humble whisper in the gentle evening breeze. He took a moment to savor the sweet scent of the apple, feeling a quiet sense of accomplishment wash over him. Ant scampered up, reaching the top of the tree just as Snail settled onto his leafy perch. Despite his earlier confidence, Ant's eyes sparkled with genuine admiration. "You're amazing, Snail," he admitted, a hint of wonder in his voice. "I thought speed was everything, but you showed us all something different today." Snail smiled warmly, his shell glistening under the remaining rays of the sun. "Sometimes, my friend, it's not about how fast we go, but how steadily we travel," Snail replied gently, grateful for the lesson learned and shared. As night softly draped its starry blanket over the garden, the creatures carried the new-found wisdom in their hearts, each reflecting on the simple truth revealed by the day's events. And as the moon began its watchful vigil, The garden fell into a peaceful slumber, content in the harmony of the lesson that had blossomed under the setting sun. The moral of the story lingered in the gentle night air. True success often lies in perseverance and patience, not merely in speed or immediate results. The path to our goals may be slow, but steady steps can lead to a triumph only seen by those who seek to understand the journey itself. If you enjoyed this story, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content.